Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Gather near to us once more. together. If the fates allow, hang a shining star upon the highest bough. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel and noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling bad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling bad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so Merry Christmas! Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy everything. Happy and merry everything. I am so excited that you are here with me watching this now, I guess, second annual tradition of that Christmas time of year live stream. I had such a blast sharing this last year that I thought, well, God, what better way to spend a Saturday night than to sit at my piano with no shoes on and just play some Christmas tune and talk to some fabulous people and sing some Christmas carols. And so I am just so thrilled that you've tuned in. And one more thing, it's my birthday. So I am very excited that you are here to share my birthday with me, even though I am in absolute, complete denial that it is December 11th, my birthday, because honest to God, I have no idea where the hell the last 2 years went. So, but that's a whole nother thing. And it's also really, really weird because today it was like 64 degrees in New York, and I was walking around the city sweating my face off, like not wearing a jacket. I drove home with my windows open, which is very strange. And you know, when I was a kid, I used to have this rule that basically I would only turn the next age on my birthday if it was snowing. So if I'm calculating it right, I'm actually only about 36 years old today. So happy birthday to me. So anyway. So I'm super excited. If you know anything about me, then you certainly know that this is my favorite time of year. As you can see that I'm blinged out in Christmas happiness. I only have 4 trees in the house, just 4. That's not really a whole lot. When I used to live in Georgia, I used to live in a much bigger house than I do now, and we had 8 trees, including a kitchen tree that had like spatulas and things on it. I have no idea what I was thinking, but whatever. So I love everything about Christmas. I love the decorations. I love the gatherings, the lights. I love the cold weather, except for today. And I love warm fireplaces and hot toddies, even though I have no idea what a hot toddy is, but I hear they're really good and you can get really, really drunk on them, so that's super great. I'm all for anything you can get really drunk on. I hope the kids aren't watching. Oh God, all right, well, I'll calm it down. I've only started and I haven't even gotten drunk yet. So, I also love this time of year because it's the end of the year and it's our opportunity to sort of, you know, assess what the last year was like and kiss it goodbye and think about sort of what the new year is going to be all about. And I would imagine that all of us are hoping that 2022 is a little better than 2021 and certainly better than 2020. But it's also that time of year where we start thinking about New Year's resolutions. So, I want to know if you have made your resolution yet. I want to tell you that, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with New Year's resolutions. First of all, I love starting new projects. I start lots and lots of new projects all the time. But I think that New Year's resolutions are just sort of made to fail, right? Everybody's starting them on January 1st, or who am I kidding, January 2nd. We have to get over the hangover of January 1st. And we like, then by, I guess, they've done studies. It's like the 13th or the 14th or something of January is like the scientific day that people drop their New Year's resolutions. So I don't know what it is. So I stopped making resolutions. But I do have to say that this year, I am the total cliche. Okay, I'm the total cliche. You know what I'm going to say. My wife, Pat, and I, our Christmas present to each other this year was the mirror. Do you know what the mirror is? It's that mirror that, like, you can train with people that you don't know, that are out there on the other side of this mirror, and you're in your living room and hopefully not naked because that would be really, really embarrassing. But you train with them and it tracks it, and it's not like a big giant Peloton or a treadmill. It's just this lovely mirror that, you know, even if you do drop your New Year's resolution, at least you have a really beautiful full-length mirror in your room. So I'll let you know how that goes. My body has been saying to me for the last year and a half, girl, you need to start moving. Get your butt off the couch and start moving. But my brain is like, you know what? I'm just going to have just another alcoholic beverage. And look what I have here, an alcoholic beverage. Before I get to this totally fabulous thing, I want to say to you that I am so glad that you're here and that this is my Christmas and birthday gift to you. And that I hope that you feel the love coming from me. And I just want to let you know that if you are at all interested in perhaps giving just a little virtual tip or a little birthday present, I wouldn't reject it. I would relish it with great joy. There is no obligation whatsoever. But if you're feeling it, then there on that little banner below my neckline, you will see the ways that you can give me a little virtual tip. So, but let me show you this fantastic concoction. This is a yummy cocktail that was created by my dreamy and personal bartender, Sean Patrick Murtaugh. I don't know if he knows that he's my personal bartender, but he's gonna know now, and you're gonna actually meet him very, very soon. So I just wanted to give him a great shout out. He created my Christmas Cosmo last year, and this year he created this delicious, yummy drink, which I have not drunk yet, so I'm just assuming it's delicious. And it is called Lit Up Like a Star. I think that it's absolutely perfect. So let me give you the little, I put a recipe out on Facebook, so you can scroll to my profile if you're hankering for a cocktail and you haven't made yours yet. This lovely drink has 1.5 ounces of vodka. It has 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of cinnamon simple syrup, a Prosecco float, and some muddled cranberries and cranberries for garnish, and a sprig of rosemary. So I am going to drink this fabulous drink in front of you and give you my honest opinion of how fabulous it is. I'm sure it's fabulous. And if it wasn't fabulous, I'm not going to tell you that it's not fabulous. So basically, I might lie to you, but whatever. I'm going to drink now. Wait. So, that's damn good. You got to get yourself one of these. This is fabulous. And I'm really not lying. I'm totally, totally not lying. Thank you so much, Sean. I'm so appreciative. This is fabulous. And I have already told my house bartender that when she's actually watching the show and she sees the drink going down, she's going to bring me another because it's Christmas. Okay, let me tell you the order of what's happening tonight, okay? I have a wonderful program planned with 3 very special guests who I am just so excited to chat with and let you see them and hear all of the fabulous things that they're doing. And so I'm going to bring them on, and we're going to chat, and they're going to have a little song, a little Christmas present song for you all. And then after that, there is a Christmas Carol sing-along. Now, what I'll do is I will tell you what songs we're doing sort of in groups. I also posted this on Facebook and on Instagram, so if you want to scroll down and find out what the Christmas Carol list is so that you can go to Google and get your lyrics already, feel free to do so, okay? So that is there, and I'll give you a little time to sort of figure out those lyrics. And that will be it. And by that time, we'll be ready for Christmas. Christmas is 2 weeks from today. Did you know that? 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Fabulous. All right, so we are going to get started, my friends. So let me get rid of that. All right. So, hello!
Hello.
I was bringing you to the live stream and I was going to hide you, but you appeared. You appeared magically. I'm so glad. All right, so you have to stand there and be very, very impressed with your own bio because I'm going to tell it to you now,
goodness.
right? Okay? All right, are you ready? Okay, so Sean Patrick Murtaugh is an actor and singer based in New York City, originally from San Francisco, the San Francisco Bay Area. Sean Patrick made the big leap to New York City 10 years ago and has been thriving in many, many venues. Aren't you impressed with yourself? Oh my God. You're so impressed. Okay, so his work has been seen on theatrical and cabaret stages on both coasts, off Broadway, and on TV and film. And most recently, Sean Patrick made his primetime television debut on the Investigation Discovery Channel's Homicide City, Philly. It sounds very mysterious. And next up is the release of a short film, Night Disclosures, directed and produced by A.J. Mattioli. Sean Patrick is the 2020 MAC Award recipient for his much anticipated and critically acclaimed New York City debut cabaret, Mario, A Salute to the Great Lanza. And he has also been recognized with a Broadway World Cabaret Award nomination for his ongoing pantsless living room concert series, conceived and performed during the COVID-19 pandemic and streaming live on Facebook. So please help me welcome the most handsome and fabulous Sean Patrick Murtaugh. Hello, Sean.
Hello, hello. Gosh, I need to update my bio.
Oh.
I've been in New York for 12 years now.
Oh my, you really need to update your bio, man.
And and that's the most, like when you asked if I was impressed, like New York, even 10 years, even 1 year in New York, that's the thing I'm most impressed with myself about, because New York is something. And so when it's like, it's been that long already, like it feels like yesterday.
Hello. And you're still surviving.
I made it through a pandemic. My anniversary was actually at the beginning of the pandemic. So it was like 10 years, you're not going anywhere. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And we made it. We made it through. So
yes,
and we're
somehow.
making it through. We're making it
Yes,
through.
I have no idea how it is that we made it. But first of all, I want to tell you this drink is yummy.
Thank
so
you.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking the same thing, but I like everything in a stem.
Oh!
I'm not that bougie. I mean, the caftans I purchase are $20 off of Amazon. I'm not a bougie person, but I like stemware. So like when I go to Birdland or Mama, I'm not too happy about ordering a martini, but I do it anyway because it's a martini, because they don't have stems. But I drink them because it's a martini, and I'm actually happy about it because they make really good martinis at both places.
Hello.
So yeah, but at home, everything in a wine glass with ice.
Fabulous. Well, cheers. Now,
Cheers
see,
to you.
I would have done that, but you said in your recipe it had to be in a Collins glass, which I had to Google because I don't know anything about bartending and whatever. So this is Collins-ish, right?
It's Collins adjacent.
Yes,
it's Collins
it's
adjacent.
ish.
If I were training you as a bartender,
Yes.
I'm like a drill sergeant, so I'm very strict on glassware. But at home, over the
Do
internet,
whatever the hell you want.
we're drinking, right? I mean, I put ice in my Pinot Grigio. I'm not that strict.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, so, Sean, Mario Lanza is your spirit animal.
He is my spirit animal, my mentor from beyond.
Yes.
And yeah.
He has given you a wealth of material. This wonderful cabaret show I was privileged enough to see when you did it 2.5 years ago, or whenever you did it. 2.5 years. Yes, it was before your 10-year New York anniversary.
Yeah.
And it was so fabulous. Thank you. Besides your award-winning debut cabaret, tell me about this 2021 year-long Lanza project that you have been doing, which is so magnificent.
Thank you. Yeah, he's definitely been a mentor from beyond and really giving me something to work towards. So and you saw the show, so you know me talking about being a lyric baritone and with a great extension and da-da-da-da-da. And I started studying voice with a friend of mine virtually, and I said, it's the Lanza Centennial this year. I'm going to present 100 songs. I'm a masochist. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of music to learn. Wow. And then with the drama that he added into it, and I have to find it in myself. And I said, so what do I do as a lyric baritone to get through this year? And she smiled and said, admit that you're a tenor.
And so, did you laugh in her face and say, ha 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 ha,
I
there's no way I'm a tenor?
There's no way I'm a tenor. I did laugh and I said, whatever gets me through this, I will pretend to be a tenor. And as the time has gone on, it's like, oh, I am a tenor. But it's kind of annoying because I really wrote on the whole thing that I was a very impressive baritone, like a baritone that can hit those notes, like that's impressive. And now it's just like,
Indeed.
oh, you're a tenor.
Yeah.
You should hit those notes. So now it's about
Yeah.
adding color, and you know very well. It is. It's. Now I'm 38, and it's like I'm recalibrating my voice and
Yeah.
how does the head and chest, and I'm like just living in head, and then when I'm too much in my head, then my chest voice gets angry and does weird things to my throat, and it's like we're done. It's so bizarre, and it's been such a journey, and truly, truly, truly. I mean, I think it really just speaks to what I see in Mario Lanza and what he means to me. That it's been over 60 years since he left this earth, and he can still inspire. I almost said young singers, but he can still inspire singers to grow and to discover. And that's the lasting impact that is all him. Is all him. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I don't know if I ever told you, but when I went to the Academy of Vocal Arts, which is in Philadelphia, they have the Mario Lanza Foundation or Mario Lanza something or another in thing. And there was a competition, a Mario Lanza competition in Philly. And I won it. I won the Mario Lanza competition. And I got to sing in the house. There was like a mansion or something, and they did a big concert and stuff. So that's like my one connection to Mario Lanza. You're my other connection to Mario Lanza.
Well, what's funny is I feel so connected to you because we won our awards together in the
We did. We did.
It was like two different tellings. You have had this amazing operatic career, and then you have 2.0 and this rebirth and this new discovery. And my show, which it's been 2 years, so I can give it away, is kind of like it's a therapy session in which I talk about how I ran from the classical world, and now I'm back in this what if things had been different. And so I felt this very weird connection to you that like, isn't that so nice? And that like classical people are making a name for themselves in cabaret, and like it just speaks to cabaret about how welcome of a community it is.
Absolutely.
And just
it's incredibly diverse.
Yeah, we were talking about that in Soundcheck with Ray, with Doris and Sue about just like Doris's upcoming show and like all the different types of musicians there, and like that's what it should be. And so that's I feel very connected to you, and I really appreciate you more than you probably know. And you're probably like, wow, you're very appreciative. But I really do, and I feel a connection to you, even though I haven't seen you.
Like in 2.5 years.
I think when you came to see my encore,
you're
and
right.
We gave each other a hug. We had drinks at the bar at the green room, and then the world ended.
And then that was it.
And a new world has begun.
Well, we have to change that. 2022 has to be our year.
Yes, and it will.
Maybe
and you have this fabulous CD, which I'm sure you're going to plug.
Oh, I do.
Oh
yes,
my God,
yes. And you know what? I'm so excited because actually, piggybacking on what you were saying, sort of like, so I've made this transition, from being the opera singer to being the classical singer to being this cabaret singer, and that what I did with this CD was I sort of I married two genres of music that sort of show who I was and who I am, with classical American art song and Great American Songbook. And so I'm really, really excited. Hey, look, you know what? The pandemic was like, all right, you got to do something. What the hell are you going to do? So, okay, I guess I'll make a CD. Because I thought for sure the clubs were going to be the very last thing to come alive again.
Yeah.
And so,
and you were right.
You do what you can. Yes.
But you know what?
But it's all about reinvention.
Tonight, and everyone on this lineup did well in the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Everyone tonight showing up did something and adjusted. We adjusted ourselves to
And
still put
thrived.
art in the world,
Absolutely.
to put art and to bring it to people's homes.
And I'm sure that you found that so many people were so appreciative of it.
Yes, and
So appreciative.
that was very nice. She's like, I'm singing with my pants off in my living room. Like, who's going to watch that? And they were actually, they were happy. Like, oh, it's especially in the beginning where it's just like, we need something to break the monotony of the Netflix and the this and the that. Just something silly and irreverent. I'm like, well, I'm your guy.
Hey, hello. Well, Sean, I am so glad that you are here. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
having me.
coming. All right, I'm going to bring on my next fabulous guest, and that is the most incredible and delightful woman that I have ever met. And you will find so too. So I'm going to tell you all about Doris Dear. So Doris Dear is a multiple MAC award-winning singer, entertainer, comedian, and actress. Doris Dear is America's perfect housewife and has been seen on countless stages around the globe and in movies and TV shows such as The Carrie Diaries, Boardwalk Empire, Men in Black 3, The Normal Heart, and more. Her shows, Doris Dear's Girl Talk, which is currently running on Broadway on demand, the Doris Dear Mother's Day special, and her currently touring show, Doris Dear's More Girl Talk, are smash successes. Her annual show, the Doris Dear Christmas Special, is now celebrating its 5th year of sold-out raves. And here's a little heads up, I'm super excited that I am going to be a part of this year's Doris Dear's Christmas Special, and I'm so excited about it, and we'll talk about that later. Doris has spent years as a host and featured expert on the Food Network, HGTV, Fox TV, local and national TV shows, and more. Can you just stand it? So please help me welcome the truly fabulous and most perfect American housewife, Doris Dear. Doris Dear!
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hello,
darling.
Are we interrupting a good read?
Yes, I'm boning up on my 1935 Christmas. The 30s was a very big time for Christmas, darling.
Oh,
very
indeed.
big time for Christmas. I mean, we had Haddon Sunbloom wrote Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the story. In the 1930s, yes. And of course, Christmas lights were very big. The C7, C9s were invented. Remember those big bulbs we used to put on the tree and around the house?
And that wouldn't they like start fires and things?
Well, occasionally, but who cares?
That was just
I mean, light up the house.
That's what you did back then.
Naturally, absolutely.
And one of the biggest things in the 30s, of course, was that a very famous illustrator created what we still have as the modern day Santa. And in fact, I'm reading in my 1935 magazine, the Coca-Cola Santa was illustrated and still is our standard by which we used. That was in the 1930s. So ho, ho, ho. The funny thing about these ads that they did for Coca-Cola is every time they showed Santa, there was always a turkey. He was either eating a turkey leg or there was a picture of a turkey. Santa and turkey. I don't ask questions, I just report.
Hello, absolutely. Obviously, this is a very important connection.
Yes, absolutely, Jared.
Doris
the
Dear,
1930s.
That's it. Did you know Sean Patrick Murtaugh? Have you met, sung together?
Yes, we've met. I've actually seen his show, but I'm just saying, with that mustache and no pants, I'm ready to come over and have a cocktail. I'm just saying, Sean. Come on, with that
Apartment 43. Apartment 43.
Woo! And he can make you a swinging cocktail.
I want to watch him jog down the beach, baby. Just saying. And by the way, darling, I am drinking a hot toddy.
Are you? Then you have to tell me what is in a hot toddy.
Oh, it's hot whiskey, a little bit of honey, sometimes they add like a little bit of Earl Grey tea or an herb, and that's that.
Oh,
I've been on them for about
fabulous.
2 hours now.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm having a good time.
So soon you're just going to slide yourself under that Christmas tree, and
Me
it's
and
going to be.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Both gonna have our red nose
Absolutely.
out.
So, Doris, dear, I don't know if you remember how we met. Do you remember?
I remember nothing, darling.
Okay, well.
My
well,
world is
especially-
only me. I don't remember
Yeah.
people. Come on.
Especially now with Rudolph and the hot toddy.
Yeah.
But so
Who are you?
you.
What show is this?
Yeah.
Why am I here in this little box? Get me out of this little box, for God's sake.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, you were a judge in a round of Mama's Next Big Act.
And I got in
which
so
was-
much trouble judging that show.
Oh, did you?
What'd you say?
Oh, dear. Oh,
Well,
dear.
I mean, I don't think I never lead. My mother Taffy taught me lead with kindness and love, and I do. But when you're a judge and you're asked to judge, you got to be judgy.
Hello.
And I judged, and someone went on to Facebook and read the riot act that I had said something. And then that person got booted, by the way.
Hello.
But I mean, it wasn't mean. I was just trying to help
it was
a fellow.
constructive.
Yeah, a fellow
criticism.
performer. It's what I do
Right.
at the union. I work at SAG-AFTRA helping young artists. I'm gonna brag, darling. I got a 42-year full-time career as an actress.
Yeah.
So, I
Hello.
mean, I'm really lucky. I'm just so lucky to do what I do. And we know what this career is like. It's hard. It's really,
Absolutely.
it's really hard. But that's why we have
Absolutely.
hot toddies.
Hello. Well, and that's the thing is that, you do a competition. I mean, yes, there's a prize at the end and you get exposure, but I mean, the judges give constructive criticism, in a way to help build you up, to give you a way to move forward.
Right.
And you said some very, very lovely things to me. One thing that I do remember that you said, I was wearing a floral gown, and you commented on how you always respected a woman that loves a good print. So
That's right. Well, because I don't know, there's this like unwritten law that you're supposed to wear black in cabaret. Like, hello, have you seen my show?
yeah.
No, come on, black. Why is everyone in black? It's so somber. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like get some color up there.
Well, especially
Absolutely.
because the floating head sometimes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
everything's black. The piano's black. The backdrop is black.
Yeah.
They're in black, and then they say, "But I wore one necklace of beads." Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, come on, girl, really?
Hello.
Let's,
Hello.
come on.
Absolutely. Well, I just remember, I have to say that I was most nervous out of all of the rounds that I did. And I was very lucky that I made it very far in that competition, but I was most nervous to sing in front of you.
Oh my
Doris,
gosh.
dear. I was like, oh my God, she's so fabulous. I don't know. I have to like up my fabulous quotient.
It's all because it's all my mother's fault. It's all Taffy's fault,
Oh, yes, absolutely.
including the hair.
Yes, fabulous. So, like we all did, as we were just talking about, you found a way to shine and do a major, major pivot in the great pandemic of, right?
Did I win a Telly Award for my series during a pandemic? Hi, Telly.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You did. You did.
And I share this. This is the Silver Award. It's shared between Doris Dear's Girl Talk series and Sesame Street.
Oh,
That's pretty darn
wait!
good. Yeah.
That's damn good company right
That's
there.
us for the online scripted series.
Oh my God, that is fantastic.
Wait, I'm gonna
And
put it
it's
there so it's right at
oh
it's
right in
watching.
frame. Exactly. Exactly.
It's
And it's
ridiculous.
currently on Broadway on demand. So we can all go and see all
Yeah,
the episodes.
you gotta pay for it.
Well, but
It's $11.99. So what happened was, the pandemic came. I think at first we thought, oh, what, 4 weeks, whatever. People are singing in their showers, singing in the kitchen. And I watched and I thought, oh, I'm exhausted. I don't want to sing in the kitchen. I don't want to sing anymore. Because, I didn't sing. In my career, I started as a singer. So I worked for Disney for 5 years. Then I went on ships, and then I traveled the world. I lived in Europe, and I lived in Copenhagen for almost 3 years, and Hawaii, and
wow.
all over the world, and singing. And then came back, and then was in Vegas. I was the lead male singer in Jubilee, the biggest show in the world. And
Oh,
then I
yes.
got more into acting, and then I was on television for like 12 years. Never sang a note. Never sang a note.
Hmm.
And then I came back. My mom had Alzheimer's, and I created the character of Doris Deer to tell their stories. And it was I, I hadn't sung in 12 years. I had forgotten how to sing. So
Hmm.
I literally found a voice teacher. I went 7 days a week for 2 hours a day
Wow.
because I wanted to get back in shape because someone named Therese Chineco, who had her little big band at the Iridium every month, said, "You're coming on my show. I've heard about you. You're coming on my show. You're going to sing." And I was like, "Oh my God." I heard you were the lead in Jubilee. I remember Jubilee. My God, if you sang that, I was like, "Oh my God." So I spent 1 month, 7 days a week, going to a 2 hour training session and then coming home and then working on stuff for 2 hours. I was like,
Oh my God.
so
Oh
the
my God.
pandemic came and I was kind of exhausted. And I just watched all my friends, all these, like all of you guys and Karen Mason and all these people like did all this great stuff and thought,
Yeah.
what do I want to do? And I thought, I really don't want to sing because Regina knows this. I do not read music. I don't know how to play an instrument. So for me to create music, I don't know. There's something about those cheesy karaoke things that you can buy for 99 cents. I just didn't want to sing to that. It's not what I do, right?
Yeah.
And I've told people say, why don't you show up? You can hop up. We're doing a set. Just hop up and sing. I am a rehearsal show singer. That's what I am. I
Right.
come from
Yeah.
musical theater. I require rehearsals, recordings, going home. I am not the kind of person who can pop up and just sing a song with a band I've never been with.
Right.
It's not what I do. It's just not
Right.
my profession. It's not my profession and where my profession lays. So I decided to do a series. I hosted shows, several shows on HGTV and the Food Network and Lifetime and all had a syndicated show that I hosted. So I thought, let me host, and I want to bring all my amazingly talented friends in and interview them and do my Doris Deer thing. I sit on the couch, I tell stories. There's a knock on the door. Someone surprises, comes in. We sit on the couch. I make a cocktail. We talk for half an hour. They leave. And then I make the cocktail at the bar so everyone can do it.
Oh
And
my
that was the
God.
format. P.S. I was a television producer as well, Emmy nominated, darling. I was a television producer for many years as well. So it just seemed like the right thing for me to do. And then all of a sudden, Broadway on Demand wanted it. And then we won a Telly Award.
Oh,
Then it
look
became
at it.
season 2. And now season 3 just started. We have a 2-parter that just came out where I interview Brenda Vaccaro, which
Oh my
she is
God.
this unbelievable Broadway film television career. It's unbelievable. I've got Jack Vertel, who's head of Jujamcyn Theater, who was the dramaturg for Hairspray and the producers, and
Oh, wow.
has written some of the best musicals out. The people that were on this year. Grover Dale came on last season and talked about, Grover Dale, the original dancer, one of the original dancers in West Side Story, and produced and wrote tons of musicals. He produced commercials. These people. And in the middle of a pandemic, I found a lab. It sold me rapid tests when you couldn't get them.
Wow.
I would send them to the people coming in. They would do a rapid test before they showed up. We did all this protocol that I worked with the union to do. I mean, it's been crazy, but
Wow.
it's really been fulfilling.
Oh my
I
God.
also filmed last Christmas. We filmed my concert at the Triad. We did a live stream with no audience, which was it's so crazy when you do a full show without an audience. And all
Yeah.
my guests, I mean, these people, it was crazy, but we did really well. It opened me up to a worldwide audience that I now have people in the UK and Germany and Ireland and France that watch me. So, you can sit back and let the world happen. But if you really
Yeah.
want to be a professional in this industry, you have to lead. You have to think of
Right.
new ways to create art. Look, I'm 63 years old. I can't create the same art I was creating at 25, 35, or 45. It's a
Right.
constant change. It just is.
Right.
It's a constant change. And if you
Yeah.
can't accept that, well, guess what?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you
It's.
have to
I mean.
sort of always push yourself. And
Right.
in times of great stress like the pandemic, it really forces artists to find new ways to tell their story. And all
Right.
of us on here tonight have done that. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it really is incredible. It really is about reinvention,
Hmm.
and the fact of the matter is that I think all of us are are artists that have something to say, and we have
Oh,
to
yeah.
find some way to say it, no matter what comes in front of us. And so, okay, so if we have to say it on Zoom or
Yeah.
whatever, then we say it on
But
Zoom,
by the
you
way, look how
know?
fabulous we all look. We've all become producers, darling. We are now we're now writers,
Absolutely.
producers, storytellers, singers. We are like we know sound. We know how to do sound and lighting.
Yeah, oh my God. They never
Like,
taught me
come
that in
on.
opera school.
All I need to do
Did,
is have a drum attached to my foot and step on it, and I can boom, boom, boom. I can, like, I don't know. It's like a one-girl band.
absolutely. Well, Doris, dear, I imagine that you are a mistress of mixology.
Mm.
And so I would love for you to maybe tell us an apropos story, and perhaps you have a song to share about your fabulous mixology.
Oh, yes. Well, darling, first of all, let me tell you a little story because I love telling stories. When so Doris Dear is very much based on my beautiful mother, Taffy. And I grew up with my parents, Taffy and Duke, in Staten Island. And they were really quite something. And one of my mom's favorite things to do would be to take us into the city to go see the Radio City Music Hall Christmas show. Now, the Radio City Music Hall, I was talking about the 1930s. It it premiered in the 1930s. It premiered, the Radio City Music Hall premiered. And in fact, I have right here, this is one of the programs that my mother went to see at Radio City. They called it the Showplace. This is the original, one of the original Rockettes. This program is from December 20th, 1955. And you can see they showed a movie as well on the back. I don't know. It says, I'll cry tomorrow. Very dramatic. But so the 30s was the Christmas. And we used to, so from Staten Island, we would take the train, then take the ferry, then take a subway. Now, my mother was a kind of a famous model in the 1930s, late 40s and early 50s. So we would show up there and there would be a line around the block, but we'd get to go in a special door. My sister and I and my mother, we'd go in the door and we'd get a seat and we'd see this, the living nativity and the dueling organs and Santa Claus and the Rockettes. And it was really, really something. And then on the way home, it was always special because we always had to stop at Schraff's. And if you're from New York and even other places, because it was in many cities, Schraff's was the place to go. We would have a dish of ice cream before we head home. But the funny thing was that Schraff, we had a dish of ice cream. I think Mom had a whiskey sour. Because the bar was always full of businessmen. It was so when you walked in on the right was like an ice cream soda fountain and then a beautiful two-story restaurant with people and women in hats and everybody having a fabulous lunch. But over there on the other wall was a big big, huge bar full of businessmen taking long, boozy lunches. So we'd have ice cream, Mom would have a whiskey sour. And well, maybe I have kind of stuck with that with my hot toddy today. And speaking of a hot toddy, I have a little song. Let's hope it works because of this, marvelous age we're in. Let's see what happens. Last presents delivered, and the snow outside, it's getting thicker. So let's open that bottle of liquor. Hot toddy, take me home. On bourbon, on whiskey, on scotch and on gin. Take me back, let the North Pole dancing begin. It's my party, I'll get naughty, get more lit than a tree. Put that elf on a shelf, and Merry Christmas to thee. Cheers and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Fabulous!
Boy, thank you, darling. Cheers.
Oh, fabulous! Totally fabulous. Thank you
I'm feeling
so
pretty
much.
lit right now.
Woohoo! All right.
Whee!
Well, fabulous. Well, I now have to introduce my next most special guest. She is perhaps one of the busiest women in all of cabaret, and I am absolutely in awe of her fabulousness and energy. So, I am introducing my dear friend, Sue Matsuki. Sue is an award-winning, are you getting a theme? There's lots of award-winning happening around here. Okay, she is an award-winning 35-year singing veteran who has played every club in New York, from Birdland to Feinstein's to the Iridian, and even has played Carnegie Hall and the Metropolitan Opera. Jesus, I haven't even played the Metropolitan Opera, for God's sake. She has 200 shows ready to perform and over 400 songs in her repertoire that includes jazz, blues, show tunes, country, and American songbook. So she has an extensive background in management and producing, and was, until recently, the managing editor of CabaretHotspot.com, which is how I met her, an online entertainment magazine, where she has an oft-read popular advice column, which I have read many times, for performers called Sue's Views. And she is also the co-author of the Bible for all cabaret singers called So You Want to Sing Cabaret. Not to forget that she also has 2 CDs, a New Take, which is a jazz CD, and Sue and Ed's Fabulous Christmas, which is available on Amazon. So please help me welcome the most delightful and wonderful and fabulous Sue Matsuki. Hello, Sue!
Cheers, cheers, hi.
Cheers! Okay, so what do you have in your glass, Sue?
Well, Mama tired because I'm producing all this week at Urban Stages, so I have a coffee martini so I can stay up until 9 o'clock tonight.
Fabulous!
Yum.
Excellent. So what is the alcohol in a coffee martini?
Well, in mine it's vodka.
Oh,
And then I
nice.
scratch a little, and I make it with heavy cream, and I scratch a little bit of cocoa, a dark chocolate cocoa on top.
Well, anything with heavy cream, cocoa, and
Cocoa
booze work.
and booze.
Hello.
I
And
mean,
coffee.
Oh, my
And coffee.
Lord.
It's like all my
And
vices in a
coffee.
cup. All my vices in one cup.
Absolutely. So Sue, do you of course you know these 2 other fabulous
I
people
do.
here,
I know them
right?
well.
Have you ever sung with Doris Dear or Sean Patrick?
I have not. I mean, I'm a big fan of Sean's and Doris's, of course, and we were promoting Doris religiously on Cabaret Hotspots because everything she did was just so great, and Sean too with your pants series.
You're very kind to me.
Your pantless series. So I just kept them on auto spotlight because every time they came up with a new show, I auto spotlight. So yes, of course, I know their work very well, and I adore them
that's
both,
fabulous.
personally and
Absolutely.
artistically.
Likewise.
Sean, are you wearing pants tonight?
I am, because it is December.
Oh,
So I have, it's cold.
Doris, you and I can only imagine he's not.
Are you scandalized, Doris? Come on now.
In my head, he's never wearing pants. So
Oh,
but that's just
naturally.
me.
Okay.
Me too.
I can take them off. I can.
Oh, okay. Oh, woohoo! Yes. Maybe not before your song, Sean. Maybe after your song.
Maybe
Yes,
after the second one of these.
Right there you go. So, Sue, my darling,
ma'am.
you are literally the busiest woman in cabaret. I mean,
Yeah.
my God. When you send out Sue's December gigs, Sue's November gigs, Sue's October, I'm like, what? Sue is running the world, and nobody deserves to run the world more than Sue. So I am so proud of you. And even during the pandemic, you seem to be working on so many projects and really keeping yourself busy. But you're performing again on a regular basis. I just saw your kick-ass show, This Broad's Way, which was so fantastic and moving and so fabulous. And you know what? I really want you to make a CD of it. Have I told you that? You need to make a CD of it.
Gregory and I have been working on. I mean, we have 400 songs. We've been together for 27 years, so it's trying to pick 14 songs when you have all these, and doing the open mics every week. We've been doing open mics at West Bank and Pangea since April. We were some of the first to come back live performance after COVID. And my criteria was that in both those places, they had doors that opened. So there was fresh air. They had all the COVID protocols in place. And so that was my criteria. I didn't want people to come to see me in a place that wasn't safe. So we've been singing since April. And I have to say, when my first gig back at West Bank, I was physically self-conscious because, we're in these little boxes and we're not wearing pants and we're not worried about holding our guts in. And, and then we're standing up in front of a mic and I was always like, the sun, the moon, the this, the that. And I'm like, no, leave your hands alone. I had to reteach myself how to perform live. But the good news is when you're singing background, like in a West Bank thing, nobody's paying any attention anyway. You're like, hey, singing up here. This feels great, But it was a great way to come back because Gregory and I got to every week. We didn't repeat a song from April until tomorrow. We have our open mic at Pangea for the end of the year. We haven't repeated a song. And it's been because we've had these 400 tunes just to kind of revisit. And it's just like a live, audition, what do you call it? Rehearsal anyway. And Skip Ward reads down a chart like nobody's business on bass. So we've just been having a blast and rekindling.
Tell me, Sue, out of those 400 songs, is there one song that you have sung now post-pandemic that all of a sudden has a completely different meaning than it had before?
Well, it's interesting because Marilyn May kind of came back on the scene and owns Here's to Life. I started singing Here's to Life after 9/11. Marilyn wasn't in New York and back in, the realm of things. And I started singing it as a Carpe Diem song. And it was a song I knew Carmen McRae did. And so I was really one of the first to start doing it. I mean, how many years ago was that? 20 something years ago. And then Marilyn came on the scene and now, she really owns it. No one does it like her. But for me, a song like that takes on a whole different meaning when you can't hug somebody, when you can't be physical with somebody. And even if you're in the same room, you have to kind of, I never was into the elbow bumps and stuff. I'm a hugger, and to be able to feel the warmth of another human being in your arms again has been the biggest gift from April till now that we've been able to do that safely with masks and however people are comfortable doing it. I always ask, can I hug you? I'm a hugger, and if they're a little wiggy about it, I just say, okay, air hug,
Oh, that's so fabulous.
Yeah, really.
So now you are directing shows. So you just directed Maria Corsaro's
My
show?
very first show, yeah. I never really wanted to direct, but Maria is a good friend. She was doing a program that was all jazz. She's working with Gregory, who I've been working with for years and years and years. And it just seemed right. Like, I said, I'll just be your second eye and you just run it past me and I'll give you she goes, well, Susan, that is directing. It's like,
that's kind of what it is.
Right? I'm a director. You know? But, you know,
Absolutely.
but I'm so
Absolutely.
proud of her. She did such hard work on the show, and it was a really
Mm.
hard show because it was compositions, jazz compositions, where lyrics were added. Sometimes 24 years later, lyrics were
Oh,
added to these
wow.
famous jazz compositions. And then my goal with her in terms of directorial, I think the only thing I really directed her on was trying to do the connection, the cabaret connection thing, so that we could make jazz accessible through the
Mm.
lyrics and not just as
Mm.
her as an instrument. So, and she succeeded. I think she really succeeded in that. I thought she did a beautiful job because I heard these songs in a different way, you know, because I've always heard them as instrumentals, and then I heard them, oh, lyrics were added, and now I got to hear them with the real lyrics being interpreted by a master. And Marie Corsaro is a great, great singer. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm very proud of her.
That's fantastic. And so, did you? This is so interesting because I found this in my life, in my work as a director, a teacher, whatever. Did you learn anything, or did anything just sort of become an aha moment from you for as a performer
Mm-hmm.
that was revealed when you were directing?
Yes, I've been directed by some of the best, you know, Jerry Geddes, Jay Bird,
Yeah.
Jay Rogers. I can't believe I call him Jay Bird all the time. I forgot his last name, Jay Rogers. And then Gretchen Reinhagen did a show with me. And then, of course, for the past couple of years, Lena Katrakis. So I fashion how I think I directed Maria with Lena, which is basically to get out of the way, to give an honest opinion, I go to all shows, even when I was reviewing, I would go to all shows as a person who loves music. And then I'd let this person filter through me. And if they moved me, that's the way I wrote. If they didn't, wah, wah, as Doris likes to say, wah, wah, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's an area maybe they need to work on. But what I learned from teaching, from working with Maria, is to trust that they know what they're doing, and that once you give a direction, they will filter it through whatever they're hearing it through, and it's going to come out of them in whatever way that is organically, and that's what it should be. Now, I don't want anybody like, you know, there's directors that you can say, oh, that's a so-and-so project and that's a so-and-so project. I don't want to be that person. If I'm going to do this, I want the person I'm working with to shine. And even standing there, people saying, oh, you did such a good job. And I'm like, nope, she did the work. She did the job. You know,
Yeah.
I helped guide it. And that's what I learned. And as a singer, I now want to be guided rather than told, because I
Yeah.
trust my gut instincts on who I am as a performer, and 35 years of doing it. I have to trust what I do. So
I think you've figured it out by now, right?
yeah, but I do like having a second eye. I think it's important to have a second eye, because sometimes,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
Lena always prevents me from talking too much.
Right.
Good luck with that. And
Oh, Lena.
oh,
Yeah.
Lena.
Oh, that Lena.
And then,
Sean, you
drop-
haven't worked
to
with
drop
Lena
the-
yet.
No, you
I
should.
have not. I have not. No.
Oh, Sean, get on with it.
I would,
I mean,
well, Lena's so
Doris
good. I
Deer
mean,
and
look,
Sue.
I mean, Lena, when I first started into cabaret, which I think this is our my sixth year. I was working with Rick Jensen at the time, and I said, you know, he said, who's your director? I said, I don't have a director. I don't need a director. I don't need a director. I mean, this is cabaret. I don't need a director. And
Yeah.
I'm not a typical cabaret performer. I am dressed a certain way. And there wasn't a lot of this around, especially 6 years ago. So there was this expectation that I was going to be. And then he gave me Lena's number, and I talked to Lena, and Lena said, okay, let me just sit in one of your rehearsals, and we'll take it from there. I said, okay, because I come from theater. And in theater, when you have a director, it's the director's show. That director really creates he creates the look, the voice of the show. That's what theater does. And I didn't want to, I knew what I wanted to say. I didn't want a director taking me over and saying, no, this, you're going to do this. So she came in and she sat there she listened to me for literally 5 minutes. And she said, I got to stop you. And I thought, oh, she's going to leave. Damn it, she didn't. And she said, I totally get what you're saying. I'm not going to get in your way, but I'm going to make sure you're always authentic.
Yeah.
And I said, done, hired, hired.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so true. It's so true. I felt the same exact way. The same exact way with her.
She's really great. She's really great. And I think in cabaret, it is all for everyone who's on this right now, all four of us. On stage, you have to be very authentic, which of
Right.
course is strange when someone looks at this and says, wait, authentic?
Yeah, but
And I have said
absolutely,
yeah, and
absolutely. I say,
I have said all the time, I am never more authentic when I'm on stage as Doris Dear.
there you
It is
go.
the most authentic because it gives me a freedom of storytelling that I don't experience on the other
Right.
side of my performing. It's a
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
different approach and everything. It's very
And
different.
perspective. Let's face it,
Oh,
perspective. You know,
oh yeah. And I'm allowed
Right.
to say things that I
Mhm.
can't say. And
Ah,
you know,
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, Sue, I just have to give a little "We Love Sue" moment. Okay.
If you have to, go ahead. I mean,
Well, I know. I mean, have another sip of your coffee martini.
I will.
But I just want to say that literally you are one of the kindest women that I have ever met. Sincerely, I will never forget when we first had one of our first couple of meetings. So David Sabella and you and I had gone out to dinner. Probably it was maybe the third time that I met you. And we were having a cabaret hotspot meeting. And I was talking about this idea. You know, I was turning 50 and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just do a cabaret to celebrate, you know, whatever. I had no idea what the hell a cabaret was other than, you know, what I saw on Saturday Night Live. So, you know, so I just had this little thing. And so I started talking about, you know, yeah, I'm going to do a cabaret show. And you turned to me and you put your hand on my knee and you said, I am going to help you do your cabaret. I am going to help you pick music. I'm going to help you find a director. I'm going to help you find a venue. We're going to talk through your program. I'm going to help you. And literally, I looked at you and I don't think I said it, but I was thinking,
Who's this bitch? No.
why? Why do you want to help me? You don't know who I am. You don't even know if I can sing. I mean, I was like, you don't know. But you were just like absolutely determined to just be, as you are known in the community, the godmother of cabaret to me. And I seriously could not have done my cabaret without your enormous support and help. And the thing is that I say that, you know, well, it's my birthday, so I can say that it's all about me. But the fact of the matter is that I'm not the only one that says this. I mean, there are so many people in this community that say the same thing about you. You are just an absolute gem of a woman. And I know that I'm grateful for you and that everybody in the cabaret community is grateful for you. So it's just,
Thank you so much.
So
I'm glad
when
I don't have to sing next. You're making me cry.
Oh, no, we're so thankful for you. And literally, like every time I see those list of gigs that you do, I'm like, oh my God, nobody deserves it more than Sue. So it is fantastic. You're fantastic.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate that so much.
You're so
Thank you.
welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, I want to now shift and talk about Christmas traditions. Okay, so I wanted to tell you, oh, I'm blurry. Wait, oh, there I am. Okay, wait, I haven't had enough to drink yet. Wait, I'm not blurry. Wait, oh, but
Catch up.
I know, damn. But you know what? My house bartender just entered the room. And is giving me a new drink. Wait, I got a new drink. Oh, with a fresh new straw and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, y'all
Tell
need
her
to
I
get a
gotta
pack.
get me one of those here. My
I
husband-
know.
My husband
You
made the coffee for this, but not the cocktail.
I know, right? I know. thank
Love
you.
what
Oh,
you're doing. This
thank
is
you.
incredible.
Oh, thank you. I have a fan.
You have many things, but
Thank
it is
you.
incredible.
Fabulous. So I want to, so now that I have a refreshed drink, of course, I used to have lots and lots of really huge Christmas parties with, tons of food and mulled wine and caroling and all of that. And it was totally fabulous, as you would expect, naturally. But I got this idea from Martha Stewart. And I would imagine that, oh no, Doris doesn't yet. She's not so into that Martha Stewart.
Oh, I love Miss Martha. She helped me start my television career.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Martha Stewart, I read in one of her fabulous magazines at one point in time, the Grand Diva of Parties, that when you are hosting a Christmas party, what you should do is rather than have your guests bring a bottle of something or a present for you or whatever, what they should do is they should make a handmade ornament and bring it to you. So I thought that was a fabulous idea. And so I forced all of my guests to create a handmade ornament that I had a special tree that I would hang all of these handmade ornaments. Now, if they showed up without anything, which was a no-no, or with a store-bought ornament, I relegated them to the penalty corner where I had a box of craft supplies where they had to make a damn handmade ornament so they could put it on my tree.
That sadistic side of Martha.
Hello?
You bought right in, didn't you?
Right, absolutely.
Get over there. Get that hot glue and ribbon working now. You ain't getting any of my cheese board.
No cheese balls until you make the ornament.
No cheesy balls for you.
It's so true. It's so true. So, fast forward to this year. I have a voice student who is she's just an incredibly generous woman. I mean, I adore. Actually, she gave me these earrings for my birthday today. So I'm wearing it. Yes, I know. They're so fabulous. And so every quarter, after every 3 months of voice lessons, she gives me these incredible gifts that she hand makes. So she also remembers everything that I say, which is in a way a good thing for a voice student, and also in a way not such a good thing. There are things that really she should forget. But she remembers everything I said. So last year, she remembered that I told this story about making everybody create handmade ornaments. And I also told a story about how at Christmas parties last year, I needed to sing "O Holy Night" because my friend George Voorhees always said he invited me to perform in some of his Christmas shows that he did at a church on the Upper West Side for several years. And he said, look, you can sing whatever you want, but you have to sing "O Holy Night." And I was like, oh, all right, I'll sing "O Holy Night." So I sang "O Holy Night" last year, and of course we're going to sing it this year too. But I sang "O Holy Night" last year. So my ridiculous, crazy, generous student created this little handmade ornament. I'm just going to hold it up. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of, the light is not so good. But it is a little block that she drilled a hole in. She hodgepodged the sheet music to "O Holy Night," and she wrapped this ribbon on it and put a little Christmas hanger on it. And so I just think that this is the most beautiful, incredible thing that she could have done. So this is my favorite ornament of the year, which I'm so absolutely grateful for. So that brings me to my question to y'all. Do you have a favorite Christmas ornament? So, Sean, why don't you tell me what your favorite Christmas ornament is?
Yeah, I just want to say if all my friends and all the people I invited to my house could make an ornament that beautiful, I would play that game.
Yeah.
But apparently I have control issues. So I'm like, no, just bring me wine, bring me gin, bring me whiskey. I will, when I have people over for Thanksgiving, they're like, what can I make? And I'm like, you can get a bottle of wine. I will make everything. My tree.
I think you're from my tribe.
Yeah, my
Yes,
tree
there
is
you
my
go.
tree, you know? But when I was growing up, we had a lot of traditions going on. I come from a very big family, Irish, Central American, lots of traditions coming over. But we had these family friends that was always one of our stops on Christmas Eve. And we would always get our first stocking stuffer on Christmas Eve because Latinos open their gifts on Christmas Eve. And so it was from McDonald's. You know, now kids, they get things and it's like $100 minimum for a gift for a child now. But it was from McDonald's and it was a little ornament from a Happy Meal box. And it was Gus Gus from Cinderella because it was re-released that year or something. And it's just little Gus Gus. And it's him with like a little present. And I don't know why. It's a relic from the late 80s that I just absolutely adore. It would never go on my tree because it clashes. But I love it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
What about you, Sue?
Oh, I make a lot of my ornaments. I cross stitch, and every year I use them as my gift, tags for people. So I do that for people.
Yeah.
But because I have a lot of homemade ornaments, I said we were having a tree trimming one time, which is why now Ken and I trim our own tree. Same as you, Sean, because I have control issues. I said to the party, I said, anything that's really ugly, just put in the back of the tree. Well, there were all my homemade ornaments in the back of the tree. This one woman just determined that everything that I made was ugly. She put it on the back of the tree. So I was like,
that is unacceptable.
Are they really ugly? I mean,
Time to update your invite list.
Right.
Hello.
So I actually have my favorite ornament here because I don't have him on my tree. I have him on my desk because he makes me happy. Look at it, Santa Claus with
I have
Groucho,
him from
with
Hallmark.
with Groucho
my
Marx.
God.
Yeah.
It's Hallmark.
Yep.
Oh,
He's my favorite.
God.
So I have
That
him
is
hanging here in my office
fabulous.
because whenever I get, I just kind of look at him and he makes me laugh.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Great.
Fabulous. Doris, dear, tell me about
Oh
your
God!
favorite.
Well, first of all, I just got to say the fact that you know what hodgepodge is, Mod Podge. Now you really are a crafter. She's
Well,
working a Mod Podge.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, and I tried
Absolutely.
that whole Martha Stewart have to make a thing, and I got more pine cones with plastic pearls and a cheap ribbon. I was like, girl, no. Oh, thank no. I didn't even keep them.
I have to go see if all these ornaments I've made are on the back of everybody else's tree.
I know. Hello.
Maybe they're
And
ugly.
then my sister discovered seashells with hot glue and pearls.
Ooh,
Oh,
pretty.
wow.
I still have
That's
one,
a
but
thing.
still.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I will say I have, this is my beautiful tree. There's a lot of Star Trek and all that kind of stuff. But I have so many ornaments. That's a whole tree of history. But there are two
yeah.
very, very special. So here's this one. So
Oh,
this
sweet.
was
That's a very skinny Santa and Mrs. Claus, or is that his hot date?
well, it's my mom and dad's first ornament they bought when they got married
Oh, how beautiful.
in
Oh.
1950, like 51, 52.
Oh my God.
And it's
oh,
a
Before
little
Santa got
lucky
fat.
you are that you
Yes, it
have
was before the Coca-Cola Santa.
Yeah.
So that always has a very special place in my tree. And of course, really one of my all-time favorites is of course this one.
Naturally. Hello.
Can we
gets
buy
given out, But I
these?
think it does. It does probably end up on the back of most people's trees.
Yeah.
But I'm certainly proud of it. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
I would
a good-
probably display it on mine. Yes.
Yes, that's a good question that Sue just asked. Can we buy those?
Well, no, those I just make. I hand out. What I do though, for all of my Christmas shows, I always have an enamel pin design, and I have it made. It's characters of me. I have a very famous artist who does these amazing works, and I sell them every year to raise money at my shows. I usually have 150 made, and by the end of the third show, they're all gone. And I sell them for $10 each, and all the proceeds go. For the past 3 years, it's gone to the Alzheimer's Association because I lost my mom to Alzheimer's. And so I always write a check for them once they're all sold. And this year we're doing it it's called the Out Foundation. It was a nonprofit that was started for Brigham Young University LGBTQI people, because Brigham Young teaches conversion therapies. And if they find out that you're a practicing LGBTQI people, they take your scholarship away, they take your housing away. They do all this stuff. So this group was formed by and my musical director, Blake Allen, is a graduate of BYU. So they started this nonprofit. So this year's pin, which is based a Christmas pin design that we put together, we're raising money for the Out Foundation. So
beautiful.
And of course, I have merch on my website at DorisDeer.com.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That yes, we can all find this at DorisDeer.com. Yes.
Thank God for Zazzle.
Fabulous. All right, my darling Sean, you have a special song for us, and I would love it if you would share it with us.
Let me turn my Bluetooth back on.
Oh, yes, turn your Bluetooth back on, and we get a picture of that beautiful unicorn on his tree. Look at that. I love it.
I have a unicorn on my tree too, Sean.
Oh,
It's Kismet.
Yes,
Indeed it is.
absolutely.
Now I just need to get a telly to match.
Yeah, hello, there you go. All right, my darling.
It's not the glow you feel when snow appears. It's not the Christmas card you've sent for years. Not the joyful noise when sleigh bells ring, or the merry songs children sing. The little gifts you give on Christmas Day will not bring back the friend you've turned away. So may I suggest the secret of Christmas is not the things you do at Christmas time, but the Christmas things you do all year through. So may I suggest the secret of Christmas is not the things you do Christmas time, with the Christmas things you do. All year
Oh, beautiful,
Thank
beautiful,
you.
Sean.
Thank you.
Marry
Wow.
me, Sean.
On the way, on the way.
I
Pants
think
coming
Doris
off.
has a crush.
Well, you know,
Oh,
I am 100% Irish.
Oh, there we go.
wow.
Together we're 150.
Yeah, woo! You'd have very pretty
Oh, honey,
babies.
we're more than 150 with we're together.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Wow. Sean's getting a date here. All right.
As long as my
Fantastic.
boyfriend is not watching right now.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
my
I was just gonna
husband.
say.
There you go.
I've seen your
Hello.
boyfriend. He's really good looking.
Hey, yeah, you've got a hot boyfriend, man.
It's brand new. During a pandemic, this is what happened in a pandemic. I book a short film, I win an award, I sing at Lincoln Center, and then I find this hot blonde. And I'm just like,
Wow.
what is going on, universe? Like, I don't mind it, but I wouldn't have minded this 5 years ago either.
Don't
The
question
pandemic
it. Take
looks
it when
good
you
on
get
you,
it.
Sean.
Yeah, no, I
Hey.
went home to see my family in July and haven't seen him the entire pandemic and just met literally, he walked out of my brain. He literally, if you ask me to draw a picture, that it is Jeremy, and his name is Jeremy, and I absolutely adore him. And we have a nice, adding, as if Irish and Latino wasn't enough, now we're folding in Jewish traditions this year. So we
Wow.
did virtual Hanukkah, because we're long distance, and we did virtual Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, but most recently virtual Hanukkah. And me being a theater kid, I'm like, I'm off book with the prayers. I can do them all by myself now.
Off Brooke. Baruch.
I know. Fiddler.
Fabulous. No, oh,
I can do a little
hey.
fiddler.
Yes. If I were a rich man, come on.
I can do Sabbath prayer.
Oh, that's fabulous. So I want you to tell me, all of you, to tell me what your favorite Christmas tradition is. I have to say that I don't know. I mean, there are many. I mean, I certainly remember, like, I used to always spend Christmas with my family, with my grandparents in Rochester, New York, and we would always go down to the basement where, like the ceiling was about 5 inches above my dad's head, and that we would have like the indoor-outdoor carpeting in the basement and stuff, and there would be a fireplace, and we'd open up our presents and have a wonderful time. And also, it was great because we would have like we would always have the most fabulous sort of Italian Christmas dinner with the pastina and the lasagna and
The 7 fishes?
and-
Did you have the 7
Yes,
fishes?
the 7 fishes on New Year's Eve, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes, we know how to eat, we Italians. So it was so fabulous. But I would love to know, Sue, tell me, what is your favorite Christmas tradition, either present or past?
In the past, I have 7 brothers, and each one of us had a Christmas song that was kind of what we thought was, how we expressed ourselves at Christmas. And we would each sing it Christmas Eve before we all went to bed. We all sang songs together. And, mine was like yours, Oh Holy Night. And over the past maybe 10 years ago, it changed to Mary Did You Know? That's became my tune. My brother Peter's was always Good King, his name. Good King, what the heck's his name, I'll say, but that's not what he's saying. And and then my brother Donnie, and this is not meant to be a joke, but it's hysterical. My brother Donnie's schizophrenic, but his song was always Do You Hear What I Hear? And then later on it became like, no, Donnie, we don't.
Cheers.
Oh,
So
bless
there's just-
You
his
can't write the
heart.
truth.
You can't write the truth,
Is
and
always the best story.
He's fine. He's medicated. Everything's good, but you can't
Oh
beat
my
that.
God.
So that
Oh
was like
my
my
God.
favorite tradition, and we're not together anymore. My mom and dad are gone, and I kind of miss that. I miss that. I go up to my ex sister-in-laws, who's one of my best friends. I say we kept her in the divorce, and we still kind of do that at her place with her children and my grandnephews and stuff like that. But it's not like it used to be. It was really special. All the little boys all had their own song, and and as we grew up, we changed our songs and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Doris, dear, I'm sure that there are a plethora of fabulous traditions with
Have you
Taffy
seen
and
my
Duke.
show?
Yes, hello. You
mean-
need to tell me, do you have just one favorite?
I mean, I have to say, traditions because my show really does salute my family when if I'm on stage, it's about honoring the people who made me who I am, the people who I come from, which is my family, who is not, none of them are with me anymore. And so traditions change. We had traditions as a kid in Staten Island before they headed down to the rumpus room and smoked and drank too much. And then those traditions changed as I became a young adult and created my own independent traditions. And then I was, I went through a terrible divorce at one time, and those traditions got real. I think I burned them in a very big ceremony in the back of the yard. And then now with my husband of 16 years, who is truly a gift, and is just probably one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. Because as I say, he listens to all my crazy voices in my head. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm just saying. The closet alone is a lot. But I mean, the one thing that we do, and we certainly did this during the pandemic, but we make a very conscious decision to give ourselves our own personal time with each other, no matter what's going on. He owns his own tech company, and I'm a crazy performer who's working crazy hours. But so for Christmas Eve is always ours, no matter how much the family wants to change that, and they try. We say Christmas Eve is ours, and we always go to the Waverly Inn here in New York City, which is a marvelous old school New York, beautiful little restaurant in the village with fireplaces and brick walls. And it's just one of my favorite places. And we always go Christmas Eve. We make time, we sit, we have a 3-hour dinner and drinks and celebrate Christmas Eve, and then come home and have champagne. And we've been doing that for 16 years, and it is one of my most favorite traditions that we've created just for us. It's nobody else.
Beautiful.
It's not about me being in a show and me it's us as a couple, listening to each other, no phones. The phones don't go with us. Everything's off, and it's just us. And it's a beautiful tradition that I really, really hold very close to my soul.
Oh,
Nice.
That's beautiful. Sean, so you have the most interesting cultural background with your, I mean, is there anything more opposed than Irish and Central America? I mean, I can't imagine what kind of traditions that brings, but what kind of fun traditions do you have?
I mean, it's a lot. I was going to share another one, but since you brought that up, I will. Yeah, it's a lot. And I love food, and growing up with two cultures that love starches, it was wonderful. So,
hail the starches! Merry Christmas for a starch.
Exactly. So what we would do is it was a really tight 48 hours. And we would go to Christmas Eve Mass at 4:30 because that was the children's liturgy. And then we'd make a few stops before going to my abuelita's house. And the very first thing we unwrap, every Latino is the same, is a tamal. So it's the very first gift you open is corn dough with meat stuffed in it. It's delicious. So you get your tamales. Oh. That's the very first thing you open on Christmas Eve. And then we'd stay there because, it's a Latin house, so you're there till 1 o'clock, even though you have to be up at 7 to open presents, which we didn't mind. We were kids. My parents were the ones who suffered.
Yes.
The next, it was a food tour, so that's the tradition. The next day, my parents would host Christmas breakfast, and it was eggs, bacon, vats of orange juice and coffee, pancakes made to order, and every kid got a Mickey Mouse pancake. And so, I mean, my parents, they just didn't stop. They just kept moving. And then we finished Christmas dinner at my Uncle Sean's house, and it was it's a made-up cut of meat. I don't know how it was called Diamond Fred steak. I don't know how we got that name. It was absolutely delicious. And this is the Irish side, so lots of mashed potatoes. The boiled vegetables I left for other people that seemed to appreciate it. But it was just this amazing food tour of just everything. And we keep it up as we can. Christmas change. Families grow and people are no longer with us. It's constantly changing. But we still do something Christmas Eve for dinner. We still have the Christmas breakfast, which is, now my nieces and nephews are the star of, as it should be. And it's even more, nobody told me how amazing it could be to watch children open presents. And it wasn't until I had nieces and nephews, I was like, oh, the world really doesn't revolve around me. And it's amazing.
That's a very sobering
For a tenor.
realization. Oh, hello. Oh my God, you're totally soaking up that tenorism now, right?
I know, right?
It's
I
like
am the airhead
it
I
has
used to make fun of.
totally taken you over. Now it's like, oh, okay.
Because now
I
it's something
get
to
it.
talk about. It's just I found my pitch.
Now we're all just going to walk away and say, do you know Sean Patrick? Oh, that tenor?
Oh God, that tenor. Yes, oh, he's a tenor.
Give me a baritone. MJ.
I used to be one.
No, yes. One of my students told me he's an older man, so he was telling me about his father, that his father never had a Christmas tree before Christmas morning. That every Christmas morning he would wake up and his house would be like the ghost of Christmas present was there. Can you imagine those parents on Christmas Eve? Dear Lord, that is work.
That's
That
organizing
is
because you have to time out because clearly they had to wrap the gifts at a separate
Right?
time. That's a lot.
That is a
That
lot.
requires an overnight crew.
Hello.
The night
Hello.
shift.
Yes,
Well,
that
I
requires
used to
Martha
work-
Stewart.
Well, I worked at Disney World I was a Mouseketeer kind of thing for 5 years, and we would go in. We would be rehearsing the Christmas show from midnight to 4 a.m. And while
God.
we were rehearsing, 2,000 elves would come into the park, and it would go from Halloween to Christmas. And then the people would walk in and had been there the day before, and it just looked still Halloween stuff. And then walk in, it was like a Christmas wonderland to watch. We would be rehearsing, going over and over, doing that March of the Wooden Soldiers and things.
Yep.
And they would be just constantly, you'd see them putting up, you were like, it was like crazy. They were all over the place.
Unbelievable.
It was so cool.
So crazy. It's the magic of Christmas.
Yeah.
Magic.
And nobody does it better than Disney. Indeed.
Except Doris, dear.
Well, yes, indeed. Hello.
Well played.
Right. I can show you if I shift this, I think you'll see hold on. Look, you see my stuff. Look, there is my Disney. Those are my ears.
Oh my God.
Because I was the assistant choreographer and everything else of the 10-year anniversary, and those are my silver ears that we wore in the show.
God.
And this was the plaque, the mirrored plaque, and everything.
Wow.
Fabulous. You are the OG.
Oh, God. That just means I'm old.
Well, Yeah, hello. Well, my darling Sue, I think it's time for you to jazz up this joint.
You got it, girl.
All right? Let's
got it.
jazz it up.
All
All right, just put on my Bluetooth. Let's see how this works.
All right.
All right, here we go. not kicked in yet. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too. Come on, lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling. Yoo-hoo! Come on, lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. It's my chart. Giddy up. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Sorry. I am so sorry. My arrangement did a big jump there, so I'm going to just take it back a little bit. This sucks. I've never had this problem before. I'll take you right to where the bass brings me in. I've never had that problem. I hope it's not on my track. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in the wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand, just holding your hand. We're riding along with the song of a wintry fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather should be. Let's face the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. There's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray. It'll be the perfect ending of a perfect day. We'll be singing a song we love to sing without a single stop at the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop. Pop, 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 there's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy when they pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie. It'll nearly be like a picture print by Currier and Ives. These wonderful things are the things we remember all through our lives. These wonderful things are the things we remember all through our life. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go!
Yay! Beautiful, Sue!
Oh, sure, it doesn't play before, now it wants to play again.
Oh, that was fabulous. What a fabulous arrangement.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That's Gregory Teroyan and Skip Ward, of course, my two guys. So thank you.
Fabulous. That was so great, Sue. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, I have to tell you that Sleigh Ride has a special place in my heart. And the reason is because my dad is a trumpet player. And so he used to play with symphonies every year. And at every Christmas concert, they would play the orchestral version of Sleigh Ride. And my dad was always the principal trumpet player. And so at the end of the show, he would always do that at the end. And my dad would always get a solo bow. And so I was always so proud of him. And I was like, yay,
awesome.
this is my dad. That's so Sleigh Ride always has a very special place in my heart. That
you.
was fabulous. Okay, so last group question. What are your New Year's resolutions? Oh, as we hear a siren in the background. Yep.
I live in the Heights.
All right. All right, Sean. So you have to lead us in. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I'm not going to learn 100 songs next year.
Hello? I think that's a good plan.
No,
Oh my
know.
God.
So you had mentioned earlier, I truly love New Year's resolutions. I'm not sure if it's, the repressed Catholic thing, the Irish side, whatever, about just the guilt and suffering. I love a good New Year's resolution because it shows me how little I actually need. And if you've seen me on any of the social medias, you know I can be very extra. So it's not.
No.
Thank you so much.
I
Thank
don't
you.
believe it, Sean. Absolutely
Thank you.
not.
You're a wonderful actress. Bless. I love that time, especially in January. I'm very strict. Like I restrict my calories, no alcohol, no nothing, and I force myself to go to the gym 5 times a week to really just focus on like what I can accomplish, and then because life gets in the way. But in January we're all snowed in, so what are you going to do but be focused? So it's like a mini pandemic. It's like a mini pandemic where you realize how you can get by with little. So I love New Year's resolutions. So I'm going to do that, and that's just going to set me up. I always try and set up a healthier, with where I'm at in my life, to set up the new year with a healthy introduction into the next year.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
All right, Doris, dear, my darling, do you have any New
I'm
Year's
the polar
resolutions?
opposite. I'm going to drink more, not go to the gym and gain weight. I don't know.
Hello. Cheers to you. Here's to
my
New Year's
God.
resolutions. We
I'm a
can keep.
curvy girl.
Me too.
Nothing wrong with curves, baby.
Hello.
I don't generally actually make resolutions. I think it's because
They're made to be broken.
because I try to get rid of the Irish and Catholic guilt that follows
It's real.
throughout my life. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real.
Indeed.
Especially both sets of my grandparents and my mother was even born in Ireland. So, and they spoke Gaelic, and I grew up with a lot of shillelaghs. Okay.
I bet you did.
I still know a couple. In fact, I married one.
Woo!
As my mother said in the midst of her dementia when she met my husband Jim, she said, "Well, finally a nice Irish ass in the family." Okay, Mom.
Oh, Mama.
You gotta love those cognitive moments.
I'm
All
telling
right.
you, we went with it. But I don't. You know what? Honestly, I actually made a resolution this week. I decided I'm going to look at everything that I've done through the pandemic as an artist and sort of reaffirm and realign my artistry and get a little, and because I think because of COVID, we had so many different opportunities and we tried so many different things. Now it's time to take all of that, the good, the bad, and the indifferent, because it was a mixed bag all the way around. I mean, as one kind of famous reviewer said, I wish she'd learn how to land a joke. So maybe I'll learn how to land a joke. Oh yeah, honey.
I've heard you land many jokes, Ms. Doris, dear.
But I'm just going to try to, realign all that the past year and a half has given, because I do, as hard as it was a bit of a gift, obviously. Obviously, I mean, my tally award. But I think my resolution is I want to realign all that as an artist and kind of really target where I want all of this to go next.
Excellent.
I think
That's a
that's my
beautiful
resolution.
resolution.
We can't
All
wait, by
right.
the way. Just
Yeah,
Oh,
coming through the
hello.
peanut gallery, like, we can't wait.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Sue, do you have a New Year's resolution?
I normally don't make resolutions, but I have decided that I need to look up and recognize more things of gratitude and wow. And I also plan on taking a breath before I say yes, because I want to
That's a
say
good
yes.
one.
I want to help. I give a lot of my time, and then it ends up being at the expense of the time that I need for stuff that's coming up. So
For you.
Yeah.
that I won't say
Yeah.
no, but I just need to take a breath and decide what I want to say yes to versus what I feel obligated as, the godmother cabaret
Yes.
to say yes to. And, I spread myself
Yes.
too thin. So those are kind of, call them resolutions, but they're kind of like my plan for 2022.
We have to take care of
Fabulous.
ourselves. I think it's important as an
Yes.
artist. If
Yeah, I
you're an
do.
artist, we are faced with it's the craziest career you could ever choose. I
Yeah.
mean, it
Correct.
really is. It's also the most
Absolutely.
wonderful career you could
Yeah.
ever choose. And
Yeah,
I
I feel blessed
absolutely
every
believe
day.
it.
I feel blessed to do something like this with y'all. I mean, to
Oh my
just
Absolutely.
God.
have an evening to just
Absolutely.
be playing and have Ryan and Patty and David and all these wonderful people watching. Thank you all for watching, Katie.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
But
wonderful.
it's important as
Yes.
artists to take time for us.
I think so, because
Absolutely.
you get to a point where you hit a wall, and then you manifest it in your own art rather than saying, "Okay, I need to
Right.
take this other stuff out of my life so that I can focus on my art." You let it
Absolutely.
affect your art. So I think
Right.
that's my big plan.
It's a good one.
Beautiful.
Good.
Fabulous.
I share it with y'all.
My friends, I
What's
am
yours, Regina?
so. Oh,
Yeah.
well, no, I told you
what's
at the
yours?
Yeah,
beginning.
you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Stop
I
asking
told
us
you at the
questions,
beginning.
lady.
Yeah.
More shoulders, more shoulders.
More shoulders.
Shoulders.
Right here.
Yeah,
We all
to
need to do
lift
this.
my breasts higher and
I've
yeah,
got a
no.
good person in China for that.
Go.
I recommend
good.
bra
Fabulous.
tenders. Lori Kaplan's bra tenders.
Fabulous. Yeah, no, so we got that, the mirror. We're
yes.
trying out the mirror. So I'll let you know how that happens, how that goes.
I don't know how
Who
you do
knows?
that. I cover up cameras on everything, like on
yeah.
my laptop. I don't the mirror. People would walk into my house and think I was sitting Shiva. I would have a
Yeah.
blanket over it.
A big black shawl over it.
I have a Jewish boyfriend for 2 seconds, and all of a sudden I'm making jokes.
Yeah.
And you know the word Shiva.
Fabulous. That's it. Yeah, so we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Generally I don't make resolutions, but I'm like, why not? As I said, my body is telling me something that it hasn't told me before. It is actually like saying, girl, get your ass off the couch. Do something. And
So your voice is gay?
right.
Girl,
Yes.
girl.
Girl.
Actually, your voice is a drag queen. Girl, get off that couch, girl.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Because everyone needs a drag queen in their life. So, yeah.
From your mouth
right.
to God's ears.
Hello.
Thank God we all have one.
Yes, thank
she is.
God. Hello. My darlings, this is your opportunity to plug. All right? Sean, what do you want to plug to get some people to support you and send you money and see you perform, and what do you got to plug? Go for it.
A lot. Thank you. I'm really bad at this, actually. For other people, I'm great. But Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at ShawneeBoy, SFNYC.com. Subscribe to me to YouTube. I'm 2 more away from hitting 100, which means I can unlock like a next level. But most, what's coming up right now is my holiday show in San Francisco at Martuni's. If you know anyone in San Francisco, send them my way. It's all over everything. It's on LinkedIn. It's on the men's bathroom at the New York Sports Club. It is everywhere. Buy tickets. If you're not available to be in San Francisco or at my show, or with COVID, you're not feeling comfortable, I'm going to stream on the 23rd the concert for y'all. And so tickets are available at a family price. So you watch with as many people as you want for the price of, a ticket. So yeah, and that's all over my social media. Come see the show. Either way, if you want to stream it or you want to come in person and cost is an issue, slip into my DMs. Everyone should have.
I was going to say that.
Did you
sounds
hear that,
great.
Doris dear?
He's slipping as we speak.
Woo! Hello.
Oh my God!
And that was from me.
Apparently, that's the Latin side.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I love it all. I love
Fabulous. Fabulous. Send us those hearts. Hearts. Send us those hearts. Fabulous. All right, my darling Doris, dear, tell us all
I
about
got
what's
nothing
coming up for
going
you.
on.
Nothing.
Got your amazing Christmas show.
Yeah, the Christmas show this year, we really wanted to come back bigger. Regina is she's doing the 1910 to 1920. We have it's amazing. It's December 16th, 17, 18 at the Triad Theater. It's $39 a person. It's 3 nights. Please come. We have an amazing Blake Allen is musical director. He is unbelievable. He has amassed, I call it the Blake Allen Holiday Orchestra, because all of these musicians are doubling and tripling up. It sounds unbelievable. Today I actually was brought to tears because I got so emotional that we're able to do this. It's live, it's in person, it's going to be spectacular. I also have my show Doris Dear's Girl Talk. We're in season 3. The second episode of my interview with Brenda Vaccaro just aired. We won a My Telly Award for that. Yay. But it's 3 seasons. It's $11.99 a season. But the first season is completely free. And the first episode of every season is free. So if you don't want to pay, it's $11.99, people. That's less than a drink. But if you don't want to pay, there's plenty of opportunity for free. So that's it. And I have my concerts running on Broadway on demand as well. But and to everyone, a happy holiday.
Oh, so sweet.
Sue, my darling, tell us about all of the amazing things you are doing.
Well, I've pared it down. Right now, we are in the throes of Urban Stage's Winter Rhythms, and I am the co-producer with Tom Tosh, and we are producing 20 shows over 13 days with over 70 artists. And my job is bunny wrangling, trying to put everybody in rehearsal space. And so it's been...
You did say pared down. You pared down?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Dear
Because
Lord.
normally we do 2 full weeks and it's almost 100 people. So this is a little bit smaller. We did a virtual one last year. So we just wanted to kind of be gentler coming back into it. But Urban Stages raises money for their outreach programs, 2 of which are the summer camp for inner cities kids. We create a scholarship for one of the kids, and it's puppetry and script writing and stage management and, all these different things surrounding theater that they teach at that camp. And the other one is pretty awesome by this gal in the office, Alana, who does outreach through the libraries, and they read new upcoming plays and they read stories in 17 different languages to infirm and inbound people. They read to more than 60,000 people last year. So the money, every cent of the money from this festival for these 2 weeks goes to these outreach programs. So Urban Stage doesn't just produce shows. They do this whole thing in New York City. And this is my 7th year working with them. I'm producing 2 shows. On the 14th, I am presenting the kids that David Sibel and I taught up at Fordham University, and I'm calling the show The Future of Cabaret in Broadway. There's a 7 o'clock show and a 9 o'clock show. There's a student discount code. And I'd love everybody to I'd love to introduce these kids to everybody. They're just infinitely talented. So urbanstages.org, there's a whole, array of shows starting from, I think tomorrow we have Kenny Passarelli, who is a rock and roll Hall of Fame bassist who's played with Dan Fogelberg and Hall & Oates. I mean, we've got some huge names. Jazz legends are going to be on the bill. And so very exciting. So www.urbanstages.org. And next year, all I have on the books right now, I have a big project coming out that I'm going to announce soon, but every second Sunday, Gregory Skip and I are doing an open jazz brunch at Pangea from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And we do a randomly selected open mic from a hat. So nobody feels like they're being, slighted or picked selectively and stuff. And then Greg and I do songs in between. So That's it for now, but I'd love to see you all at Urban Stages and sumatsuki.com. All my information's there and my swag, including, okay, are these ugly? These are 2 of my ornaments
Look
this
how
year.
cute.
They're not-
Oh,
adorable.
Okay, so they're not ugly, right? Okay.
No, there's
All right.
a button on that cow.
It's very
I
cute.
know.
That.
Little button. So
Oh,
anyway,
so cute.
I'm not selling them on my website. I just wanted to be
Oh,
reaffirmed that they're not ugly.
Look,
Can I
my
say a quick plug
friends.
for Sue?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because one of the last things I did before lockdown was I went to the jazz brunch.
Oh,
And
yes.
it was so much fun. And it's always it's no matter, like, there's very few places that offer a trio for an open mic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is an experience
Absolutely.
that, like, it's almost free. I mean, you got to Pangea.
Well,
has a
actually,
very-
we are free. All you have to do is it's a $20 minimum. We're not charging. We've
Yeah.
been doing better with the tip jar than we were, door
Yeah.
and all that. And Pangea graciously is not charging us a room charge because we're not really using a
Wow.
tech person. So
Yeah.
it balances out. So yes, it's free cover.
It's something that every
incredible.
artist, if you know young artists, like working with a trio, and I had the greatest time. It was freezing cold outside, but inside, the food is great. The music was great.
it's a safe place to
Stu
sing.
Cycled through so many
Yes.
people, got so many people up on that stage. So go visit it.
Good.
Yeah,
Every
it's
second
amazing.
Sunday, Pangea.
Absolutely. I'm going to be there tomorrow, Sue.
Yay!
I'm bringing a student of mine and
Super.
who wants to sing, and
Everybody's
so-
going to sing tomorrow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, we're
That's
going to do 3
fantastic.
hours tomorrow for the holidays. We're doing 3 hours at just open mic. Greg and I are going to do a couple select tunes here and there, but rather than do a whole set like we usually do at the second and have special guests, it's just going to be about everybody gets to sing, and if we have time, we're going to go around for a second time. So
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. My friends, I just simply cannot express how much I appreciate you all.
Back
I
at
thank
ya.
you so much for sharing your time and sharing my birthday with me. I
Happy
am so
birthday!
grateful.
happy
Thank
birthday
you.
to you.
Thank you. It's just, so I know that you know this, but I come from the opera world, and the opera world is, they're a fun group of crazy ass people. It's true. I made a lot of friends in the opera world, and I am grateful for them. But I do have to say that the cabaret world just like immediately embraced me in such a way that I could have never expected, and that the 3 of you are just such beautiful, beautiful representatives of that community that I am eternally grateful for. And I just feel very blessed to have you in my life. So thank you so, so much
Back at you,
for,
Regina.
for
Back at you.
sharing your talents and your stories and your songs, and it's just I'm very, very grateful for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
pleasure.
so
My
I
pleasure.
wish you a merry, merry, merry Christmas to you all. Have a beautiful holiday, and I hope Santa brings you everything that you want.
I hoping for a nice ho ho ho.
Woo! Absolutely.
I
Or
got
a ho
Jenny.
ho because Santa lost a hoe.
That's right.
Okay.
She
Thank you
definitely has a drag queen in her head.
Oh
Right?
my God,
Girl.
yeah.
Merry Christmas, beautiful
Love you.
people. Thank you so much.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, so my friends, we have come to that place. If you're drunk by now, this is the best time to start caroling. So I think that we are going to get set up and we are going to carol. All right, so here's the list, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first 3 carols, Deck the Halls, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Frosty the Snowman, okay? So I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds that if you need to like dial up some Google lyrics and get ready. Deck the Halls, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Frosty the Snowman, okay? That's where we're starting, all right? Now, generally, we're following the rule of 3s, all right? So if the carol has 3 or more verses, then we're going to sing 3 verses. All right? There is only one exception, and I'll tell you that when we get there. Okay? But generally, we're going to just sing 3 verses. Okay? So we're starting with Deck the Hall. All right? You know what? I think I need to actually bump up my lights a little bit. Okay, wait. I'm bumping up my lights. Wait. Oh, no, I'm not bumping up my lights. Okay. Oh, okay. So I know I'm a little washed out, but it helps me see my music because, you know what? I've been drinking quite a lot, and so I need to see my music just a little bit. So you can handle the washout. All right? All right, so here we are. Deck the halls. Are you ready? 3 verses. Here we go. Here we go. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us. Fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus. Fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. Fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure. Fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes. Fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses. Fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. Fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather. Fa la 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 la. Good, that was pretty good. I don't think you sang that loud. I think that you need to sing a little bit louder, okay? All right, so we're going to do Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I need to hear a little bit more Christmas spirit. All right? So here's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Here we go. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you go down in history. All right, that was better. That was better. Did I hear any, like, light bulbs? And I don't know what those other words are. But what, all of that other fun stuff, right? Okay, never mind. All right, we're moving on. we go from Rudolph to Frosty the Snowman, okay? So again, I need to hear some thumpity thump thump thumpity thumps, all right? Nice and big and loud, all right? So make it big and fabulous, all right? Here we go. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a... Uh-oh, I have a page turn, sorry. Sorry. He's a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He let them down that streets of town, right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard them holler, stop! For Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Yay! Sorry about that page turn. I gotta prepare my little ears to turn my pages. Okay, fabulous. So now what we're going to do, our next 3 songs, so you can look them up on Google. We're going to do Silver Bells, then we're going to do The First Noel, and then we're going to do Silent Night. All right? So Silver Bells is next. All right. So Silver Bells starts with this little introduction that I don't know if anybody actually really knows, but it's in my music. So I'll play it, and it'll give you time to look up your lyrics if you don't know a good Silver Bells. All right, and then we will start with the chorus. I'll lead you in. All right, so here we go. Here's the intro. Christmas makes you feel emotional. It may bring parties or thoughts devotional. Whatever happens or what may be, here is what Christmas time means to me. Now here's the part you know. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, ringing smile after smile, and on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of street lights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids brunch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all this bustle, you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. There's a little silver bells for you. Okay, now let's do the First Noel, one of my favorite carols. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, let me tell you about this First Noel. So the First Noel has lots and lots of verses, okay? So we're going to do verses 1, 2, and 4. So the fourth verse starts with, "This star drew nigh to the northwest." Okay, so that's the fourth verse that we're going to do as the third verse, okay, just because I like the fourth verse better than I like the third verse. Okay, so this star drew nigh of the northwest, okay, to the northwest. All right, so here we go, the First Noel. First Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in field as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. And looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Now the fourth verse. o'er Bethlehem it took its rest, and there it did both stop and stay, right over the place where Jesus lay. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Beautiful. Good job. That was nice and musical. Good for you. Let's stay along in that vibe, okay? And so now we're going to do, I mean, does anybody do it better? Is there any better carol than Silent Night? We have to do Silent Night. So let's do Silent Night. All right, so again, we're going to do 3 verses of Silent Night, this beautiful, beautiful song. You know, when I was an opera singer and I was doing auditions in Europe, I actually went to the home of Franz Gruber, who wrote the music to Silent Night. And it was just an incredible experience. So this is a beautiful, beautiful song. So here we go, our favorite carol. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy radiant beams from thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming grace, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Beautiful song, right? So beautiful. Okay, so our last 3 songs are Joy to the World, and again we're going to do 3 verses. Then we're going to do O Holy Night, and we're only going to do 2 verses of that. And then we're going to end with the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. Okay? So, Joy to the World. We got to pick up the pace a little bit, get a little happy and excited. All right? 3 verses of Joy to the World. Here we go. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ, while fields and floods, rock hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat, repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders, wonders of his love. Everybody loves a little joy to the world, right? All right, so now we come to O Holy Night. And again, I will tell this story, which I did tell to my guests before, is that, you know, I have a dear friend, George Voorhees, who is such a wonderful, wonderful friend. And he produced a Christmas show up at a church on the Upper West Side. And he invited me a few years to sing on this Christmas show, of which I felt very, very privileged to do so. And he said to me, I asked him, okay, what do you want me to sing? And how many songs do you want me to sing? And whatever. And he said, look, you can sing whatever you want, and you can sing as many songs as you want, but you have to sing O Holy Night. And so I always sang O Holy Night. And sure enough, last year when he was watching this live stream, he wrote to me and said that when he hears O Holy Night, it really feels like the Christmas season. So this is for you, George, and this is for everybody else who just adores this absolutely gorgeous song. So we're going to do 2 verses of O Holy Night. And in the second verse, we're going to go all high and we're going to be all operatic. So feel free to get all crazy and operatic. All right, here we go. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary soul rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night, oh, holy night, oh, night divine. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Oh, praise his name forever. His power and glory evermore proclaim. His power and glory evermore proclaim. Such a beautiful song. It is Christmas now that we hear that. All right, so our last Christmas carol is the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. And so we will imagine that we all have our fireplaces. Maybe some of you do have fireplaces running. Not tonight here in New York when it's in the 60s. But here we are, the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. And this is a really nice little jazz arrangement. You'll figure it out as we go on. Here we go. Here we go. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. We have a little tag ending. This is your dance break. Find the person you love and dance. Now we sing. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas. Let's say it again. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. I just can't tell you how much joy I get from sharing this this day, my birthday and Christmas with all of you. I thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm also incredibly, incredibly grateful to my wonderful, wonderful guests, Doris Deer, Sean Patrick Murtaugh, and Sue Matsuki. They are just wonderful, incredible, generous people and wonderful performers. So please, please go check out their shows and everything that they offer, because you will not regret it. It will always be a wonderful evening of entertainment. So I want to thank you for sharing my birthday with me. And again, no obligation whatsoever, but you know what? I'm here. I have a button with a banner that gives a virtual tip jar. So if you feel like shooting me a birthday gift or just a hello, happy holidays gift, I would be incredibly, incredibly grateful. And I also want to tell you, since I'm plugging, it's my show. I can plug whatever I want, right? I have two CDs. Two CDs. This CD is with the Naxos American Classics label. I made this about 5 or 6 years ago with my dear friend Kathleen Tagg. It is Song Cycles of Jake Heggie, beautiful, beautiful American classical art song, which is just absolutely fabulous. So check that out. And also, this is my newest CD, Heart Songs, an American Medley, which I just made just this past spring. We recorded it this past spring. It was just released in November, and I am so proud of it. It is a perfect marriage of my careers as a classical artist and as a new cabaret artist. I have classical American art songs in this that you would not believe are classical art songs. They absolutely sit at the same table as these great American songbook jazz numbers that I do. It's really, really wonderful, so I love them. So listen, you can get both of these CDs from my website. So if you go to reginazona.com/discography, you can order these CDs and I will ship them to you and I will sign them for you, and you can order as many as you want. Also, both of these CDs are available on Apple Music and Spotify and such, so if you just want to have a little listen, you certainly can have a little listen, but I would love to share those with you. So I am going to now sign off with my favorite Christmas song, which actually I recorded on video last year. This is a song that anytime at my famous Christmas parties that I would have, I would always sing this song to my guests because I love the message of it, and I love to share it with you. So I leave you with this very special Christmas present from me to you, and I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful holiday season with everyone that you love. So Merry Christmas to you all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful and joyous and prosperous new year.
It's that season like no other. You can feel it in the air when your friends all come a-calling. Yes, that winter star is here. It's that Christmas time of year, time for gifts and songs of cheer, when children listen for dancers